Hi everyone, I'm Sarah at Childhood Finds. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another research video, and it's going to be a part 2 of one that I've already done before. You probably already seen from the title, so it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's going to be precious moments. And what triggered this is there was an ad for an estate sale coming up this weekend, and there's a picture of one of the precious moments, and I looked at it and I'm like, you know what? I bet that's valuable. And I looked it up, and surprise, it is. So I decided, you know what? I want to see if there's even more of these precious moments that are valuable that I didn't share in the first video. And there is. And so what I tried to do to focus on this video is I tried to include more things than just the figurines. I tried to include a little bit of variety where I could find it. I tried to steer a little bit away from limited editions. So I tried to find things that you're actually going to find, like I do on all my research videos, trying to find the ones that are out there that you could find out and about. And I mean, one of the ones I'm going to show you is going to be out and about this weekend, but who knows if I'll be able to snag it. But that's what spurred this video. I do have part 1. I will link that in the description. In part 1, I talk a little bit about the history of precious moments as well, and then share a bunch of other ones for you to look for. And let me give my disclaimer as well in this video. Guys, there's a lot of precious moments. I'm showing you ones that have quite a bit of value, but there are many that don't have value. So please be aware, it always helps to look things up or not pay a lot. They're not all going to be a big winner, guys. A lot of them are going to be $5, $6, $7 out of value. But there are quite a few that are valuable if you can find the needle in the haystacks. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I think I have about 15 different ones for you to look for, and I'm really excited to share them with you. All right, so here's the one that spurred this part 2 video. And I do have some other ones in the works in this they're not all worthless realm. If you haven't watched before, I also have a collector plates they're not all worthless video that I'll link down in the description if you haven't watched it before. I just have some different item categories that I want to make videos on as well that'll be in the same precious moments collector plates area. So look for that in the coming months. The other thing I wanted to talk quickly about my research videos is I do my best to never mislead. I try to do my best to make sure the sales I'm sharing with you are actual sales. I try to check if there's positive feedback left. I try to make sure these are items that multiples have sold, and that also that these are items that, like, unlike, or if you look in the Beanie Baby category, you'll see that ones have sold for $5,000 and ones have sold for $5 of the same item. So I'm making sure that the items I'm showing you aren't doing that. I'm trying to make sure these are good sales, guys. My goal is never, ever, I never want to mislead you knowingly. So I'm always doing my best to give you accurate knowledge. So that's what I do in these videos, and a lot of these are going to be within the last 90 days sold so that you can see that they're items that are actually selling, but all of them have ones that have sold multiple times in the last 3 years because I want them to be items that are going to be easier for you to find, that are out there. So this first one is the UNESCO Precious Moments Toy Chest Motion Box, my favorite things. And this one had a little bit of varying prices, and that's because, as you can see, there's a lot of intricate parts. So the prices varied from about $60 to $150. This one sold for $119.99, and you'll notice that is not the price that's showing on the screen. So that's what I try to do also, is I try to go into the product research tab and verify what things sold for, because you don't always know when a best offer has been taken when you look at solds. So I really want to go and try to make sure I'm telling you the accurate price as well. So that sold $119.99. And now we're going to go to our next one. This one, it's a Precious Moments Oh Holy Night. It's a tree. This listing's not great, guys. I'm just going to be frank. I just wanted to show you that this one sold in the last 3 months, and it sold for $190 on a best offer. I'm going to also show you Terapeak because this is hard to see. This isn't how I would personally picture a $400 item I was listing, but that's beside the point. Let's look at it close up. So here you can see that if it's all working condition, it is going to be lighting up. And so this one is a pretty intricate one. It's actually pretty cute, guys. And you can see that others have sold in the $150 to $200 range. I've also noticed, guys, on Precious Moments, I think there might be having a little bit of a resurgence. I've noticed that prices have tended to go up since 2021. So it's kind of been a steady climb on a lot of these when I was researching them. So just something interesting to look at. I think part of it also has to do with, there's actually a whole Facebook group and many people, not just on Facebook, that it's called Altered Moments, where they get precious moments and then they paint them, do different things to them to create different characters, scenes, etc. And it's pretty impressive what people can do. So I think that can also lead to some more value as well. But this one in particular, you know, was a good price. Let's now look onto our next ones we've got coming. And this is and also just so you know, the reason that the one I just showed you isn't on this screen, because you're probably thinking there isn't 190 sold here. It's because they didn't put tree in the title and I searched it by tree, as you can see up here. So that's why it's not there, but it would be if I took out tree. Now these ones I'm going to show you are a couple ornaments. I also tried in this video not to do very much Disney. Guys, if you see precious moments that are Disney, you should probably look it up. Quite a few of them are valuable. But I just wanted to share with you that there are a couple ornaments that are valuable as well, because you might not always be thinking about ornaments when you think of precious moments. And this is the Precious Moments Rare Disney Park Exclusive Ornament Rapunzel. And there was many of these sold. This one sold for $178.89. With the box, they're going up even higher. So this is, oh, does it actually have the box? No, I don't think that's the box. But either way, this is definitely one to look for in any Disney ones. I'm going to show you here again a couple more Disney ones. And this is a 2016 Hallmark Disney Mulan. And it is Precious Moments, right? Yeah, Precious Moments and Pinocchio as well from 2017. So any of these Precious Moments Disney ornaments, I would definitely be looking up, but a lot of them do have some decent value, guys. Then here we have a Precious Moments I Love You Tons Clown Elephant Circus figurine with box. Really, really cute, guys. It sold for, let me double check here. It sold for the $149.69. And they did receive positive feedback for this item. This is pretty cute. Like I said in the last video of Precious Moments, this stuff is kind of growing on me. They can be pretty cute. Next we have another figurine, and this is just a Precious Moments My Dream Boat large figurine. And let me see, this one sold for a best offer of $78, but there was quite a few of these sold. The prices ranged from about $65 to $130 in the last couple years. And a lot of these ones, I don't believe this one was limited edition. So you'll be able to tell if they're limited edition by looking at the bottom. It'll say it on there. It'll either say limited to a certain number of firing days, or it'll say limited edition, you know, 47 of 3,000. Pretty much a big chunk of the ones that are limited editions of 1, 2, 3,000 are worth researching and picking up. So just as a heads up, guys. But I really tried to include ones that weren't specifically limited editions. And so this is just from 2006. And it also helps, you see this number here on the bottom, this 610071, that can help you when you're researching as well. Pretty much, I believe all of them have that. So then you can type that into your search to find out some more info. Next, we have a Precious Moments It's Funny How Much I Love You clown couple. And this one sold for the best offer of $100. And it's pretty cute. You know, clowns I'm kind of indifferent to, but pretty cute, guys. And it's just a 6-inch figurine. let's see really quick. Yep, and as you can see here, just to reiterate, it shows you that the number of 123011, and you can also see they're including that in a title. That's good to include in a title as well for Precious Moments. And this one's from 2012. This is going to be a blanket, and this is a Novatex Precious Moments blanket, Cheerful Giver Puppies Pink Plush. And this one did sell for the $144.90. So this one's definitely older. This is one of the 21 original Precious Moments that were created. And this is one that's valuable. I showed this one in my last Precious Moments video, this specific figurine. And this blanket did sell for the full asking price. This one I didn't see very many examples of it selling, but I just thought it was important to share blankets. So these vintage Precious Moments blankets, there was quite a few different ones. So definitely worth checking out if you see them. So that's why I'm sharing this one. There's also another one I'm going to share with you as well. This one here is from, I looked it up, from 2004. So it is technically vintage at 20 years. And it's a Precious Moments baby blanket, throw, plush, minky, boy, girl, puppy, dog, soft, rare. This one sold, I believe, on a best offer of $50. And there was a couple examples of these selling for $50, this exact blanket. But I saw there was a, pillowcase, comforter, blanket lot that sold for $50. I mean, there were multiple examples of different blanket sets that were selling. So absolutely, I would check them out if you see them out there in the wild. This one we have a Precious Moments 9-inch. He's got the whole world in his hands. And this one did sell for the price that's shown of $150. And there was a few examples of this one selling for right around that price in the last few years. And this buyer did leave positive feedback. It's sad how little feedback you can find when I do. It's sad how often I can't find feedback. I have really tried to start leaving feedback now when I buy things because there's so many that don't. And it does help sellers out. But besides the point, this one sold for $150. Next, we have some dolls. And I believe, so these ones aren't going to be quite as common to find as others. And this is a limited 500 Precious Moments, Debbie and Daniel. And both dolls here were sold. And this one, there's a few examples of different dolls selling. So I would just keep your eye out for vintage Precious Moments dolls. I think a lot of them hold value because they were probably limited runs because they were hard to find information about for me, at least when I was looking at prices and sold. So I think a lot of them were limited runs. And this is an example of why you should take pictures with blank backgrounds, because this is a lot going down in this picture. But this did sell for $150.99. But definitely there was quite a few examples of different dolls. None of this exact one, but lots of different dolls that you could be looking for. So definitely check those out when you're out there. And this is information for whether you're a reseller like me or you're a collector. It's great to just know what's out there. And this one's going to be a Precious Moments teddy bear pillow with pocket, wearing blue striped pajamas from 1999. And this one sold for a best offer of $85, and the buyer actually did leave positive feedback. There's quite a bit of Precious Moments plush out there that's not worth very much, but there's a fair amount that is. I forgot to include, there's also, if you find Precious Moment loveys, and those are like the small plush with a small blanket for a baby or a toddler. And those tend to be pretty valuable, but I forgot to include one in this video, but ones that you should keep an eye out for. Then here we have a Precious Moments. You are such a perfect friend. I cheated. This one's limited edition, but I had to include it because I'm a cat human. I love cats. And this one did sell for $200. There are multiples of this kind. This one sold around this price from about $150 to $250. And this one I included because it did get positive feedback, but it's just cute. I like cats. But yes, this one does say it's signed. All the ones that I saw were selling were signed. And here you can see the limited edition where it says, you know, 279 of 2000. This is from 1991. There's the signature, but that's how you can tell typically if they are limited edition in the future, guys. Then here we have another plush, and this is a vintage Applause Precious Moments plush white snowball bunny rabbit from 1985. This one did sell for $59, and there were quite a few of these sold. Ones with tags, I saw one go as high as 160, and others just in the hundreds and, you know, 75, 80 something. So this is definitely one that has sold. It's actually sold 6 or 7 times in the last 3 months. So it's really come out there. And I really do think prices have been going up some on Precious Moments. I really feel like that was a trend I was seeing. And then finally here, we just have a vintage 80s Precious Moment pink short sleeve t-shirt. So, you know, there's quite a few vintage t-shirts out there that can be valuable, but there is a few different Precious Moments ones you can look out for. This one did sell for the sale price they have here of $38.96, so not a huge sale, but I would absolutely pick it up. But there was multiple different ones that were selling for pretty good money. So pretty quick video, guys, because there's not as much backstory or research as some of my other videos with Precious Moments, because it is what it is. They sell. But check out my first one where I did give a little more information about the history of Precious Moments, and there's a bunch of other ones in there for you to look at as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.